Lately, it feels like everywhere you look, someone's talking about being poly, they're talking about open relationships, or E&M, ethical non-monogamy. It's on dating profiles, left, right, and center, podcasts, group chats. And so, it's like, is this a trend or is something really shifting culturally? I think something is shifting. I want to say that most people are still monogamous. That hasn't changed, and I think that is probably not going to change. What has changed is that more people are openly exploring non-monogamy, certainly talking about non-monogamy. Even if they don't like it or approve of it, it has become part of the conversation. For eons, people were already doing versions of this. There have been all kinds of things: hall passes, don't ask, don't tell situations, situationships. Those have always existed. What's new is the language, the visibility, and the permission to talk about it out loud. So one big reason that I think that this is happening is we often expect one partner to be our everything: our best friend, emotional support system, our sexual partner, our sexual novelty giver, our co-parent, our roommate, our financial partner, our personal growth buddy forever. And for some people, it works and it's great. For other people, that can be too much pressure for one connection to hold. Non-monogamy for some becomes a way to redistribute those needs instead of forcing yourself or another person to be everything for you always. I think dating apps and have kind of brought things out into the open. It's easier than ever for people to find people who are into very specific things that they're into, which has brought a lot of things forward and up from the shadows, right? What used to require underground communities and like weird little online forums or something, is now just much more accessible. And so it creates conversation. Therapy culture, all of that has brought, people's speaking about their inner desires and needs more openly than ever. Social media, I think, where people have just begun to share their thoughts in a way that we've never, ever experienced before as people. So we see all kinds of ways that people live. We have TV shows on TLC about all kinds of different family dynamics, religious groups and sister wives and all kinds of things. So the way people live and structure their relationships is, and the variety of ways that people do this is just more in front of our faces and open for people to see than ever before. Not everyone exploring non-monogamy is doing it because it is their authentic orientation. Some people are doing it to like avoid a breakup, patch over resentment, keep a partner from leaving them, which is obviously a terrible idea, or to sort of be able to like just sleep with other people but they're not doing it in a way that is like fair and to the other person. So, and when those things are happening, opening up is not fixing any problems. For sure, it is not a fix to any problem. So when somebody is trying to do that to fix a problem, it's definitely going to fail. And it does not make relationships easier. And, it in many ways makes it harder. It requires very clear communication, emotional regulation, jealousy management, honesty, but so does monogamy. And it doesn't always do it very well either. I don't think that one is necessarily like doing it better than the other. I mean, half of marriages end in divorce. So, and a lot of the people that are not divorced would like to be divorced. So when non-monogamy gets this major hate, like this is doomed, I'm like, all relationships are hard. All kinds of relationship dynamics are challenging to make last forever, for more than 10 years. So I don't think that one is necessarily, one is so much easier and more functional and more successful than the other. I don't think so at all. They're just different. And they are going to suit people better, depending on the person and what your needs are. They're just structures to relationships. Like any structure, they work best when they fit the people inside them well. And monogamy does not always fit people well, is the truth. So these days, I think that people are just considering many different ways to structure their personal lives, their romantic lives, their sex lives. I think that's a good thing. And that kind of curiosity, I don't think is going anywhere. And, in 50 years, we may have structures that have come to the forefront that we don't even think about today. They're very underground. Who knows? It'll be very interesting to see where things go from here. What do you think?